Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about evaluating and solving functions. It is very simple, especially if you have the right tools. So there are going to be two types of questions as far as I remember on this assignment. One is where you plug in a number for x, two is where you solve an equation. So in question number one it says if f of x equals 10 plus 50x, solve for x when f of x equals 310. It tells you what to do. It says solve for x. So this is the kind that you solve an equation. So let's get started. I'll first rewrite the equation over here. That's my equation, right? F of x equals 10 plus 50x, and this one tells me what f of x equals. So I'll take that number and put it over here where I see f of x. Or let's just write the whole thing first. 10 plus 50x. And in here it shows me that f of x is 310. So I'll take this number, plug it in where I see that. Okay, it's on the left side. Put it in, 310. And then rewrite the equation, the rest of it, equals 10 plus 5x. It literally says solve for x. So we are solving this for x. Get the x by itself. So 5x is on the right side. I want to get that one by itself right here. This should be by itself first. And then the last step is going to be divided by 5 because these are multiplied. So to get that guy over here by itself, I need to get rid of that 10. It is positive. I am subtracting. Left side is 310. Bring down the equal and your right side. Since this is 5 times x and I want to get rid of that times, I am dividing each side. Oops, I made a mistake in the previous step. I just realized that. This is 300. Because I subtracted 10 from 310. So I'm dividing both sides by 5. So 300 divided by 5 is... What did I miss? Oh, I see what I missed. Okay, it wasn't 5, it was 50. So let's just remove, just add a 0 in there and in here. And in here, that means I'm going to divide by 50, not 5. Okay, that was a simple fix. So the left side is now 300 divided by 50 is 6. Right side is x. That's my answer. 6 equals x. Okay, let me show you an easier way. But please take the time and do the question using this method. Solving an equation is a very significant skill set that you are going to need not just this year, in geometry and in algebra 2. And I don't want you to look like fool when you get back to school because you use like all these resources at home because they were available to you. So, but what you can do is, remember that we are supposed to plug in 310 for f of x. This was our equation, right? You can just type this in on Desmos and see what it tells you. Okay, let's just do it. 310 equals 10 plus 50x. It showed you a graph, and the graph crosses x equals 6. So that's your answer. Okay? Do the work like this. Type the equation on Desmos. Double check your work. If you see different number on there, that means you still don't know how to solve an equation and you need more practice. Again, guys, I'm showing you this because I want you to get the blue ribbon in your first try. That's one thing. And I also want you to check your work. Okay? You can do self-reflection and decide whether you know how to solve an equation or not. Based on that, you will see if you're ready for the next years or not. Again, this is not something that you want to just put aside and try to deal with later. You'll probably look like a fool if you still don't know how to solve an equation when you're a sophomore. Okay, So the second question is exactly the same, so I'm not doing it, okay? All you have to do is put 10 on the left side and solve the equation for x. Check your work on Google, on Desmos, and see if it is right or not. Okay, let's see. I'll do number 3 because that's different. Oops, wait a second. Okay, number 3 and 4 are exactly the same. Let me do both, because whichever I do, I know that some of you will complain. Okay, find the value of f of 4. The function notation is f of x. So this is a function, and looking at that, your x is 1 over 4. That's what you need to do. Plug in 1/4 for x. Get back to your equation over here. You are finding f of 1 over 4, right? Look at the difference between the first line on your left side and the second line. X becomes 1/4. That's what you do. 8 times 1/4 minus 4. Look at just your right side. You have all numbers. You can just use a calculator to figure it out. That's going to be -2, the answer. Because this right here is +2. 2 minus 4 is -2. Let's do the next one. Number 4. It basically tells you to find the value of f of 37. And if you just compare the left side, x becomes 37. You do the same for the right side. Wherever you see x, put 37. 5 is in the base. At the top you have 37 minus, it was x, but it becomes 37. And then minus 20. These are in the base as well. Okay, now we have 0 as our power, so equals 5 in the base, 0 is in the power, minus 20 is in the base. What is 5 to the power of 0? Any number to the power of 0 is 1. Minus 20 equals -19. So this would be the answer. Okay, moving on to the next one. Oops, let's clear this out. Okay, let's just check this word problem out. Number 5 and 6 are pretty similar. You are going to plug in a number. Let's see this. Peerage Apartments allow renters to get out of their lease early by paying a surcharge based on the number of months remaining on their lease up to half of the original lease term. I think M stands for the number of months. The surcharge is that equation where T is the number of months the lease term was signed for, and M is the number of months remaining on the lease. Okay, if it is a 12-month lease, T equals 12. If 3 months is 3 months is left, M equals 3. Okay, Kedrick was transferred to a new facility at his job and will be moving out of state. If Kedrick has 3 months remaining, okay, that's good. 3 months remaining, I made up the numbers. And then, yeah, M equals 3 because of this. And then T equals 12 because of that. Okay, all we have to do is just plug in the numbers. That's it. How much of a surcharge? And this was the surcharge, by the way. This right here is the surcharge. Because it's that function, that's what it says. Okay, let's just rewrite the whole thing. E of M, which is the surcharge that we need to calculate, equals to 800 times M, which is 3, times 0.95 to the power of T equals 12 minus M equals to 3. I hope you don't expect to calculate this by hand. We are going to use Desmos. So if we get on Desmos and get rid of this line over here, I am typing the right side only. I can't even type the left side too. I don't think it's going to make any difference. Let's just see. Equals 800 times 3, I need a parentheses, 0.95 to the power of 12 minus 3. Oh, don't do this mistake. Make sure you know what you're typing, because look at this. It's not minus 3 in the base. It should be right next to 12. Okay? So use the arrows or your keyboard. Minus. Are you serious? Minus. Okay, let's just do this. What's 12 minus 3? That's 9. I will put 9 in the exponent. Okay. So that's my function. Let's see what happens if I keep zooming out. I will keep zooming out. And come on. Okay, I will use my keyboard then, the mouse. Or let's just get rid of this and then find the value. Okay, yeah, we cannot put the E of M. This is our answer, 1,512. 1,512. So that would be the amount that he would pay. Okay. So scrolling down, that's the same. Plug in the numbers given, and then try to figure out what your answer is. And then this right here, plug in 13 for x, because g of x is right here. It becomes 13. Put that 13 up here. See what your answer is. That's not hard. This is not hard. Plug in 42. Okay, yeah. That's it for this video, guys, about evaluating values of functions. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in another video.